Welcome to Cozy Room Podcast. My mommy Shan.
Hey!
My sister Ari.
Say hi, Ari.
Hey. And I'm Anya.
Let's go! What up, y'all? It's Cozy Room Podcast. This is episode 33. We are talking about kids with sticky fingers. Could be your kids, could be your cousin's kids, could be your brothers, could be your sisters, could be the neighbors, or kids at school, just like kids with sticky fingers. Let's talk about them. Okay, let's not front, y'all. We all know some. We all know the kids that you gotta tell your kids to put your good stuff up before they come over. Or this person is not allowed to come over here no more because all your stuff be coming up missing. Or let's say, I'm not gonna say less fortunate, but let's say a child that really doesn't have as many nice things as your kids may have, or a child that comes from a different upbringing and may see something in your house or something they may like and not know how to ask for it, and think that because it's in front of them and they have an opportunity that they should just take it, and once they take it and have it in their pockets or wherever their things are, it becomes theirs. Sorry. The only way to combat kids like that is to confront. It is not going to their mothers or their fathers because they're just going to deny it to them because it's easy. But when you directly come to a child, you know about 98% that you were the only culprit at the time that did something. Just go straight to them and be like, yo, not in these words, but along these lines, I'm not with it. Just be honest. If I go ahead and check your bag or your pockets and you come up with my things, you have a problem. And keep your straight face, and I promise you, more than likely, they're going to come out their pockets. But I don't feel like a lot of people confront kids like that. They always go to their parents first. And what you do when you do that, you give that child time to hide the item or items or money or whatever it is that they picked up that wasn't theirs, and they know it wasn't theirs, but they did it anyway. As a kid, I was the only girl in the house, but I'm not going to say my things are always the best, or I had a lot of stuff because I was the only girl. I didn't need for anything, but if I wanted something, I could just ask my mom, and she'd probably more than likely get it. So I remember one time, I think it was summer, my cousin had came over and he had like this watch or something, or he had a watch at his mom's apartment when he was living in Maryland. And I don't know, I didn't really care for the watch, but the fact that, he had so many like nice things that his mom would get him, like, is he going to miss a watch? Nah. Being me, my aunt would come over most of the time and sell the watch, and she figured that I had the watch. I didn't take it because I really wanted it. I took it because I never had a time where I had it, or my mom never bought me a watch. Not necessarily something I was dying for, but I just did it for the sake of doing it. And some kids just do shit for the sake of doing it, for attention, or just to say I could. And we have to nip that in the bud at a young age, because if we don't, they're going to mess around and take something that they can't go ahead and give back, and it's all cool. And we don't want those problems. especially with a lot of adults that look at kids like regular adults on the street. So that has to be addressed with your kids at a young age. If it doesn't belong to you, don't touch it. If somebody didn't give it to you, don't touch it. If you don't know where it came from, don't touch it. If you can't pay for it, don't touch it. If you didn't buy it, don't touch it. Come on, like, are we not saying that anymore to our kids? I don't know about you, but I'm definitely one of those mamas that's going to be up in your drawers, be up in your closet, be up in your pants pocket, be up in your bags, be up in your beds, under your beds. Like, ain't nobody hiding nothing in my house from me, and I'm the one in here paying the bills. What you thought? Shoot, I just feel like some kids just take stuff for the sake of not being taught to think before they act. And that could be by their parents, by any other adult, or never really having anything of value for themselves to understand that, hey, if somebody took this of mine, I'll be pretty upset, so I'm not going to do it to anybody else's. So a lot of times when, I may be in the store and I see kids just around the store by themselves, and I think that they're up to like taking something out of packages, I just look at them and be like, hey, where your parents at? Like, if you want to have that, I suggest you just buy it. If it's something you don't really need, then just wait. Now, I've never caught a child trying to steal food. I feel like as a mother, as an adult, if I see a child trying to steal food, I'm going to just buy it for them. A lady did that. I saw in like a video or upload. She did that when she saw 2 little boys in the store. I'm just like, some people just have to think, like, kids don't just steal for the sake of stealing. They're either wanting attention, haven't been taught properly about keeping their hands to themselves, having a good conscience. Like, all of that has to do with when kids take things. Maybe they just never had anything and it just needs something of value that all kids should have. All kids should have, like, a watch they really like, or a bike they really like, or a skateboard they really like, or something that they really like that's childlike that they're supposed to have. So they understand if they see something, if they see a wallet outside, if they see whatever, or money on the table and they know it's not theirs, don't touch it. Do not touch it. Because what's going to happen after you touch it is going to be worse than you touching it. That has to be known. We have to tell our children, even if they aren't our children and they are children, to tell them. Be upfront and tell them straight, just like that. I remember when I want to say my brother was 13, and we were living with my mom in Maryland at these apartments, and there was an Ames, like, diagonally from across the street. Never heard of that before? Yeah. There was an Ames store. It was kind of like a Kmart, and my brother was just going through this phase of going in Ames and stealing, like, Transformers or, like, action figures or some shit. And he had, like, this plastic bin in his room where it'd be nothing but full bins of Transformers that he stole out the store. My mom never gave him money for the Transformers. He would ride over there with his friends or sometimes with his bike and just take the Transformers and just storm in his room. I'm just like, sir, you have a big blue bin in the middle of your room. Do you not think that mommy's not going to see that? But I'm sure if, like, he deserved it, I'm sure if he asked my mom for it, she would have bought him Transformers. But my G, you took it upon yourself to go ahead and take it. So my mom called his dad from Florida to come get him so he could live with him, and threatened to take all those toys back. I don't know what she did with them, but I don't remember them being there anymore. But yeah, So if you don't nip your kids' habits in the bud and teach them certain things, it's going to evolve into some bigger shit. Confront these kids. Okay? Okay. This is Cozy Womb. I'm out. Bye.
Bye.